Hello again. I'm Dr. Amelia Fox here in the second of a series of videos to help you use the Real Flight Simulator. This time we're going to talk about fixed wing flight and practicing some simple skills. This picture here was taken at the Mississippi State Horse Park, where our students learn to fly. They first learn to fly fixed wing aircraft, and after which they learn to fly quads. And these two quadcopters are examples of what students might build at Mississippi State University. So let's run Real Flight Simulator again. Hopefully you've already calibrated it and set up your environment for training, as was done in the previous video. So let's get back to that airport, the high definition airport. And because we're going to learn fixed wing flight first, we'll put this tricopter away, but you'll notice a noise in the background. We want to mute. Immediately go to mute. Shut that noise off. You don't need that noise. You can use it when you're alone, or you can concentrate easily, but you're welcome to shut that off. You don't need to use it. Next, let's pick up an aircraft. Let's get an aircraft that's a great training bird. It's the Nexstar EP with active flight stabilization. Again, Nexstar EP, electric powered, active flight stabilization. It's a great little trainer. You might also find the Apprentice SE on some of the newer models of Real Flight Simulator. Either one will work just fine, as long as you have the AFS, or as Apprentice calls it, SAFE technology on. All right, we're ready to fly fixed wing, but let's notice a few things. First of all, we need to make sure your physics are set up such that you're in beginner mode. If you're a beginner, start in beginner mode. So again, to do that, you go to Simulation, Physics, choose Beginner, but you have more options. By choosing the Custom tab, you can increase the amount of auto assist you get. So you can go to full auto assist and easy mode. Make sure you're at unlimited fuel and you're ready to go. Now, let's talk about the radio transmitter here. And we know that with the right stick, we can roll the wings to the right, roll the wings to the left. We can pitch the nose forward, just like on a yoke on an airplane. You would push the yoke forward to make the nose go down, or you would pull the yoke back to make the nose go up. So roll on the right stick, pitch on the right stick. We can yaw or turn on the tail with the left stick. And then we have our throttle on the left stick as well. And so for this first flight, I'm going to hit reset, and I want you to concentrate on the left stick mainly. Most of your energy is going to be spent using the left stick to move the aircraft forward with the throttle. You're going to push the left stick forward, and you're also going to steer on the tail. You're going to turn on the tail. Let's begin there. In order to make the aircraft go up, of course, we're going to pull the right stick back. We're going to regulate the altitude by using the right stick. But generally on this first flight, these first few flights, let's go ahead and fly on the left stick predominantly. All right, so I'm going to take off by pushing the throttle forward and pulling the right stick back to get the nose to go up into the air. Then I'll turn 180 degrees, fly down to those mountains I'm looking at right now, then come back and land on the other runway. Are you ready? Here we go. Taking off, leveling off, turning on the tail, and flying straight down, trying to level my nose, level my tail together, fly straight down to those mountains. Now this is an AFS, so it's not going to go very fast, but for beginners it's just about right. I'm going to fly straight down to those mountains. Hey, look at that, the binoculars took hold. Now in the background, you might see a set of trees. One tree, see trees coming, two trees. By the time that third set of trees arrives or becomes clear, you can go ahead and turn. But keep the nose of this aircraft pointed towards you, and the binoculars, keep it pointed towards you. Keep the nose pointed towards you. See how my nose is pointed towards me? Yeah, keep it pointed towards you. And begin lining up with the runway. Cut your throttle, but not too much. You got to get over the barriers there. There we go. Slowly come in. Nice quiet landing. Nice quiet landing. And you should be able to do that. At the very end, I might pull the right stick back and flare a little bit so I land on the rear wheels. And you can steer with your left stick. Use your left stick to steer. All right, that's a very simple maneuver. Very simple. If you find that frustrating, what I might ask you to do is go to the view menu, change your camera type to chase. Get in behind that aircraft. If you'd like, you can even put a gadget called a heads-up display. And you'll notice the round circle here and the horizontal lines. The goal will be, once you're at the proper elevation, is to keep that round circle inside those lines, a turn bubble, to help you stabilize. So let's just do the same thing. Let's just take off. Now you can see I'm climbing in altitude. There's a altimeter on both sides, one in feet, one in meters. All right. Once I get up to about 100 feet, that's fine. That's just fine. I can level off. You'll notice I can turn my tail. Let's get that little bubble in the bars without losing any altitude, and then continue to fly down the mountain. I did that 180-degree turn. I'm stable at 175 feet. There we go. Just fly, 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 fly. You notice if you increase the throttle, the tendency is to pitch up, so you use your right stick and pitch the nose down. What you want to wait for is you see a group of trees out there, but you'll also see a roadway below. And once you cross that roadway, you can go ahead and turn around and come back. That roadway is a good object to align with. So let's just get across that road. Notice I increase my speed and my nose wants to go up. All right, so now I'm going to make a turn. I'm turning on the tail, not using my wings yet. I feel young still. I feel very young, and I don't have to turn with my wings if I don't want to. Not yet, anyway. A wing turn after a tail turn, or in coordination with a tail turn, is a very efficient turn. You see, the tail, it is inefficient. To make true turns, you'll want to use wings and tail. But we try to teach students to depend on the tail in the beginning. In the beginning of learning to fly, do a lot of tail turns. Don't depend on the wings. And here's a good reason why. Whoops, lining up. As I get down, come down in altitude. Okay, and then I'm gonna, at the very end, I'm gonna flare. Cut my throttle. But watch, I'm gonna take off again. Whoa, take off again. And now watch, I'm gonna get up to about 100 feet altitude. Now let's level off here. And we talked about the tail turn before. See how the tail turn is very inefficient. Let's use tail and wing. And you notice how beautiful your turns are. Very efficient. It's like taking a car around a sharp corner. And so you could even fly a figure eight. Practice figure eights. Practice keeping those, the turn bubble. Notice you have to use your right stick. You have to work very hard to keep it inside that bubble. The bubble inside the lines. Okay. But practice that. Again, start with your turns on the tail until you can successfully take off and land. Don't depend on the chase mode to help you learn to fly the drone. But do help use the chase mode to get you comfortable with the sticks. The sticks, if you'll look down at my radio controller, I'm going to go ahead and make a grass landing here. The sticks tend to go in unison. We never have the sticks apart. We never have the sticks pushed together. They tend to go right together and left together. Forward and backwards is different, though. Throttle and pitch are very, very different, but they are related. All right, and we give a little thrust, a little bumpy landing there on the grass. Good. So we're going to practice that. Always hit reset to get back to where you were. Get out of the chase mode. Get back into the fixed position. You can drop the heads-up display and practice until you feel you can take off and land. This is really an important skill to have, and I won't let my students in the field until they can do this confidently. When you feel that you've done it well and you want to use less support, go ahead and remove the autopilot or reduce the autopilot. Fly in a more realistic mode. Once you have conquered this aircraft with no autopilot, no realistic, I encourage you to now move over to the Nexstar EP with no AFS, just the EP. There's no active flight stabilization. That's a different aircraft. It flies differently. It's harder, but it is a growth process for you, and you can move up the ladder as you feel more confident. All right, next time we get together, let's try a tricopter. See you soon.